In the late 1950s, America was changing fast. Families wanted comfort, and Leave It to Beaver became that comfort. It showed a world that was safe, simple, and full of lessons. But behind the wholesome smiles, the cast was dealing with real-life struggles. Jerry Mathers, who played Beaver, later admitted he never understood the impact of the show until years later. Tony Dow, who played Wally, faced pressure even as a teenager, balancing school with fame. While the world saw the perfect Cleaver family, the actors were just trying to hold it together off-screen. And one cast member hid something that would only be revealed decades later. Jerry was only 8 years old when he became the face of American childhood, but the fame came at a cost. He later revealed that he didn't always enjoy being Beaver. He missed birthday parties, real friendships, and a normal life. Between takes, he would sometimes cry quietly on set, missing his home. Yet he delivered every line perfectly, making millions smile. What fans didn't know was that Jerry almost quit the show after season 3, and his parents had to convince him to stay. But that wasn't the only close call. A strange rumor once spread that Jerry had died in Vietnam, and for years, people believed it. In the late 1960s, Jerry Mathers was serving in the Air Force Reserve when a rumor exploded. Beaver Cleaver killed in Vietnam. Newspapers printed it. Radio hosts mourned him. But Jerry was alive and listening to it all in shock. The truth? Another soldier with a similar name had died, and the story spread like wildfire. It took years for Jerry to set the record straight. He later said it made him realize how deeply people cared about the show. But behind the relief there was pain, because the world mourned a fictional version of him more than they ever knew the real one. Tony Dow played Wally Cleaver, the perfect big brother E. Very kid wished for. But off-screen, Tony wasn't as confident. He battled self-doubt and later spoke about how fame gave him anxiety. After the show ended, he struggled to find work. Casting directors saw him as just Wally. For years, Tony fought depression silently. Decades later, he became an artist and sculptor, saying that creativity saved his life. When fans met him, they expected Wally Cleaver to, but they met a man who'd learned to live with the shadow of his own character. Barbara Billingsley became the symbol of the perfect 1950s mother, always in pearls, always kind. But in real life, Barbara was a single mom raising 2 boys. She often said playing June Cleaver helped her survive tough times. When asked why she always wore pearls on set, she revealed a secret. It was to hide a small hollow in her neck the cameras picked up under harsh lights. Her warmth wasn't an act, it was who she really was. But her biggest heartbreak came after the show ended, when she struggled to find roles because people thought she could only play June. Hugh Beaumont, who played Ward Cleaver, seemed like the ideal father. Calm, wise, always patient. But in real life, he was haunted by tragedy. During the show's run, his wife was in a car accident that left her severely injured. He kept filming to support his family, never showing his pain on screen. The cast later said that Hugh carried deep sadness during those years. After the show ended, he left Hollywood behind to become a writer and minister. He once said, "Ward Cleaver was the man I always wanted to be." It was both a confession and a goodbye. When Leave It to Beaver ended in 1963, the world moved on, but the cast didn't know how to. Jerry went back to school, Tony tried new careers, and Barbara struggled with typecasting. The show had defined them, and for a while they couldn't escape it. But years later, nostalgia brought them back for the new Leave It to Beaver in the 1980s. Fans were thrilled, but the cast knew this was their last chance to say goodbye to the characters who had shaped their lives. Off camera, they talked openly for the first time about what the show had really meant. The 1980s revival reunited the Cleaver family, but something had changed. They were no longer actors playing roles. They were survivors of a time capsule. Tony Dow admitted the reunion helped him heal from the pressure of his early fame. Jerry said it finally gave him peace. Barbara smiled and said, "Now I feel like June again." The chemistry was still there, but this time it was real. The laughter came from understanding, not scripts. Fans saw a family. The cast saw closure. But one of them wouldn't live to see the story end. In 2022, the world lost Tony Dow. His passing hit Jerry Mathers especially hard. Jerry called Tony his brother in every way that mattered. In Tony's last interview, he said something few fans caught. "Wally taught me who I wanted to be." And those words carried the weight of a lifetime spent balancing fiction and truth. For the cast, it was another reminder that Leave It to Beaver wasn't just a show. It was their shared childhood. It connected them forever, even when the cameras stopped rolling. In their later years, the surviving cast spoke openly about what fans never knew, that Leave It to Beaver wasn't about a perfect family, but about imperfect people learning to love each other anyway. They said the lessons they taught on screen were lessons they had to learn in real life. Jerry Mathers once said, "People watched the Cleavers to feel hope, but we needed that hope too." That's what most fans never figured out, that behind every smile, every moral, and every gentle laugh was something very real, a family that found each other when they needed it most.